Pigman 202 trying to convince me that Skrag is good with Gorgers, and I'll believe it when I see it, but that dude sucks. His Cauldron of the Great Maw takes way too long to charge up, but we'll see. I'm ready to be wrong. It's against MTK Zurihan. Greenskins into Ogre Kingdoms. Taking some of the Orc Spear Boys that are new. Orc Biggins. Pretty good stuff, especially the Orc Spear Boys versus Ogres. Just nice and cheap and solid. To help him out, he has Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins, the Swamp Things for a little bit of terror, Forest Goblin Spider Riders for a bit of poison support on the flanks, then Savage Orc Auror Boys, and a Goblin Great Shaman on Wolf with Itchy Nuisance and Sneaky Stabbin'. Melee debuffs for one side, melee buffs for the other. Okay. For Pigman and his Ogres, we have 4 Iron Guts, 4 Gorgers, 3 basic Gnoblars, a regular Stonehorn for some terror, and we do have Skrag with the Maw and Brain Gobbler. Alright, we have the Cauldron of the Great Maw. 0% charge. You need kills to charge it up, and kills are easy to get with the Maw. Right? Right, he said. Right. Oh, we'll see. Stonehorn's gonna charge Braced Orc Boys. Still gets a little bit of damage despite their bracing. No, we'll get shot by a lot of arrows as Skrag and the other lads start charging in. Gnoblars take the front line as Iron Guts come up behind them to charge into the now broken charge defense of the Orc Boys. Skrag immediately pops extra ingredients, trying to charge up some good spells somewhere, get a Maw off. What is this about? There's Itchy Nuisance. Reducing his Iron Guts melee attack to only 12 is going to be pretty brutal. You don't love to see that as the Orc Boar Boys are getting involved. I want to keep an eye out for the Maw. I don't want to miss Skrag's Maw. There's a Maw. Only does about half health to all these Orc Boys. Skrag himself got 17 kills. That is a whopping Cauldron of the Great Maw. 9%. Killing it. Alright. Gorgers are fighting all these Cav. Getting pretty well into them as the Spider Riders and Boar Boys, unfortunately attacking from the same angles. They're blobbing up on each other instead of spreading out and getting a good proper surround in. But elsewhere, the Greenskins are doing solid damage to the Ogres. Gnoblars are already starting to rout, and some of the Iron Guts are attritioning. The Iron Guts are 1,100 gold apiece. They're not nothing. There's the first waft, and the Greenskins really trying to solidify their power on the flanks, but those Gorgers are still holding. Swamp Thing's gonna start getting some terror routes in soon. Skrag continues to fight. 1,000 gold value, 15% charge on the Cauldron of the Great Maw. Savage Orc Auror Boys. We're trying to shoot, now they're stuck in melee with those Iron Guts. As another Itchy Nuisance comes out, again debuffing those Iron Guts and Gorgers down quite badly. Only 30 melee attack for Gorgers is not great. Stonehorn has taken a decent amount of damage, but it has caused terror and a lot of disruption while these Gorgers continue to stay pretty healthy. Cauldron of the Great Maw is up to 20% charge, so it heals 0.04% per second. That is 3 health per second for these Gorgers. 3 health. Greenskins flank cavalry, for some reason, didn't do very well. I mean, that seems to be the story with these guys. I don't know. On paper, Boarboy Biggins and Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins stats look amazing, and sometimes they perform amazing, and other times they just perform like shit. I don't really know what the difference is. I think it's if they get like a proper spread or not, because if they don't get spread out, they just clump on each other and don't attack much. But it's weird. I play a lot of Greenskins, and it's weird. Sometimes Orc Boarboys are insanely overpowered, and other times they just suck. It is what it is. Skrag pops another extra ingredients. He has 1,300 value as he beats up the Goblin Shaman quite easily, might I add. And this is a big route away for the Ogre, so that's quite bad. But in comes another the Maw. Grinds through more Orc Biggins and Orc Boar Boys. And with 67 kills, Skrag has charged 33% of his Cauldron. If he gets 200 kills, he'll have that thing fully charged. Don't you worry. Meanwhile, the Gorgers are, checks notes, dead, half dead, dead. And I can't even find the last one's flag, so I'm guessing they're dead. Oh no, these ones are actually pretty healthy. As they keep on trucking. Greenskin's trying to finish this Gorger flag off while the Goblin Great Shaman needs to get away from Skrag. Stonehorn is still pretty dangerous, charging through a bunch of Savage Orc Auror Boys, causing them disruption and annoyance. Bounce power is even-ish, slightly ogre favorite, I would say. As the Savage Pig Boys come charging back in, want a rear charge onto the Gorgers. They do get it. A couple hundred HP off the top as they're running those guys down, trying to kill models. They can't be healed back up by the Cauldron of the Great Maw. Meanwhile, these other guys... What is that? Brain Gobble onto the Swamp Things to get them to rout, and then a Butcher to heal up the Stonehorn. That's pretty huge. Ogres needed that healing right about now, so the Stonehorn will be very tricky for the Greenskins to kill this late into the game. And they just don't have a lot of DPS left, and everything is too low on HP to have the leadership to stand. So Stonehorn and Skrag still very healthy. These poor Common Spider Rider archers are still trying to kill these last two Gorgers. They can't do it. They can't do it. Iron Gut, Stonehorn, everybody is routing on the Greenskin side, and the Goblin Great Shaman is just running around like, what do I do? How do I help? Itchy Nuisance has been neat. Sneaky Stabbing has been neat. I like when people try and go for the debuff play from the Goblin Great Shamans, but I don't know. I personally have found that I just can't get it to like actually work. Seems neat in theory, and then just kind of sucks. So a lot of Greenskins are routing, as we mentioned. The Ogres should be able to chase them down for a lot of army passive. The final pocket of resistance is over here, and they're gonna get Great Maud again. Taking out a good amount of those units. Skrag has 2,300 value, 130 kills, and he is 2/3 of the way charged. It's Cauldron of the Great Maw. And the Gorgers are healing 10 health per second. That's starting to get good, but we're 6.5 minutes into a game, and the Gorgers are already all quite damaged as far as I can see. Goblin Great Shaman's gonna come help out his Swamp Things with a rear charge on the Gorgers, but again, the Gorgers are unbreakable, so he actually has to kill them. Not exactly the Goblin Great Shaman's forte. So the Gorgers continue to battle on. Stonehorn and Skrag are coming over to say hello. It's just the Stonehorn and Skrag. That last Gorger that was healthy somewhere has since been damaged. That other Gorger is over here fighting Orc Biggins. Orc Biggins should fight back okay as long as their leadership lasts, but they're about to get recharged by Noblars, so they'll break. But, you know, anti-large, no armor piercing versus Gorgers who have almost no armor. That's nice. There go the Orc Biggins, there go the Swamp Things, leaving us just the 4 Common Spider Riders and the Goblin Great Shaman. That is not nearly enough to make an entire army. We even have another Butcher to just army loss the Greenskins. As that big monster gets healing, their bounce power will fall too low, and they will drop off the map. For Pigman, Skrag and his Maws did pretty well. Gorgers did okay on their own. Stonehorn did pretty well. Iron Guts did alright. It's the whole build kind of working together. The other side, the Orc Spear Boys didn't get too much value back. Orc Biggins did a little bit better. Savage Orc R Boys did fine. And the Savage Orc War Boy Biggins mixed. The River Patrol's doing great. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.